probably all of it comes down to revenue. That's what the cause of all of these different issues are, revenue. So how much you're getting in from readers for what you're putting out. Now the ABC is different because it's government funded, but it's got its own issues as well because it lost money recently in the federal government, which is now going to work out what to do about that. The Australia Network loss in the recent federal budget meant the loss of foreign correspondents straight away. So that's an issue with the ABC. But from the commercial side of it, it's around about how you actually fund your operations, and foreign correspondents are very expensive to fund. You're going to have a look over the last few years at how the number of commercial foreign correspondents for Australia have come down. News Limited used to have 2 in the US, it now has none in the US. It's also used to have 2 in the UK, it's now got 1.5, I guess, in the UK. So it's a revenue issue, it's how much money you get in for how much that you can afford to spend on your newsroom, and that's where foreign correspondents are coming into the because the news organisation doesn't bear the big costs of having to employ someone. So with a freelancer, they can be paid according to what they produce, which is a much better situation for a news organisation. Because to have a foreign correspondent, you have to remember that it's not just a foreign correspondent. If they're in an area that is difficult, they will need a fixer, and every foreign correspondent in tough areas needs what's called a fixer. Someone who knows the local area, who knows the language, who knows how to get things done. Plus you also need to either employ a photographer or a video operator or contract one. So it's not just the foreign correspondent you're employing people around them as well. So that adds to the problem with the revenue for foreign correspondents, but freelancers are a very good solution if they're good and if they can produce regularly. So multi-skilling is becoming another option like freelancing for trying to bring down costs in newsrooms. So what you'll have is a journalist who can shoot video, pictures, and also write words as well. I wouldn't say it enhances the quality because we've always had traditionally specialist video operators or photographers and specialist reporters. So it doesn't enhance the quality, it's more of a cost-saving measure. And you still get some really good stuff that comes out of those people. Saw a couple of weeks ago, Fairfax decided to outsource most of its photography to Getty Images, and it will have 5 photographers in Sydney and 5 in Melbourne. Massive change from what it used to have, but it's the reality of this new media world. This is what's happening now as news organisations try to bring their costs down while trying to keep some form of quality reporting up there. So multi-skilling is a great option to do that. Readers just shouldn't expect to have the same high standards in each discipline as previously was very interesting. So when we polled our readers when I was at the paper, one of the questions you would say, do you want more foreign news? And everyone would say yes, they do. But would they read it? That's another question. So if you ask someone face to face, do they want more foreign news? What sounds like a good answer? Yeah, it sounds good to me, but the test is in what they read. But having said that, I think globalisation has ensured that we now have a much smaller world, and I think foreign news as such has maybe changed a little bit, because foreign news was traditionally things like what was happening in the Middle East, what was happening in parts of the old Eastern Bloc, etc. It was seen to be that sort of non-celebrity news that had its own niche. Foreign news now really, I guess, is things that happen overseas. Celebrity is a little bit different, but we're a smaller world, we've got access to so many more things. The interest in foreign news is probably, in some ways, bigger than it ever was in some parts, and other ways not. But yeah, it's still really important. I haven't seen a diminishing in that. I haven't seen a diminishing that would necessitate a fewer foreign correspondents. So there's nothing I've seen that. It's just that we're getting news from so many different sources now, and how to collaborate all that is tough.